All right, you guys ready? All right, we're with Coach Hersey, Katelyn, Pickunka, Morrison, and Jessie Ruffner. After tonight's 65-64 win over St. John Fisher, Coach, just opening statement on the game.
Yeah, what a battle. Give a lot of credit to St. John Fisher, their coaching staff, their players. We've played a lot of really good teams this year, and they came into our home gym and battled us every single possession. Tonight I feel like our team learned a lot. We got a lot better because of the competitive elements that they brought toward us that we had to manage. And I have a lot of respect for their program, and it's unfortunate one team had to not advance to the Sweet 16. I mean, I'm very grateful that we're the ones advancing, and our team sort of kept our composure, played from behind in the fourth, kind of trusted the unit, shared the ball, made big plays defensively, pounded inside down the stretch, and we made enough plays to pull out a 1-point victory.
Just one quick question before I turn it over to Kyle. The reason, we host is for this environment. Morgan or KP or Jessie, all of you guys, just talk about that environment tonight and how loud it was and just how it is to be playing at home.
Any preference?
I mean, we can all say something.
Okay.
Morgan, you start.
Okay. It's incredible. Honestly, I've never really played in front of a crowd like that and consistently in front of a crowd like that. It's so emotional, and honestly, it's the best part of playing here. It's like every player's dream to kind of see a crowd like that and support like that from people you don't even know too. So.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a super unique situation to have, the gym filled for a D3 women's basketball team. And in this unique situation, I think this is part of the reason why we've been so successful. Having that energy just really creates this momentum for our team. I think there was one point with probably less than 2 minutes left. It was like you could not even hear your own thoughts, and that kind of energy just really was picking up with our momentum and helped us finish the game very strong.
Yeah, for me, I think, it says a lot when you're going over your plays and you kind of have to start getting play calls, because when you're on the court, you have all four players. I can't even hear what the point guard's saying. So I said that speaks a lot about the atmosphere we have here. I think the more success we have, the more energy that the crowd gets. And I think honestly, in a situation like this, when you're in a close game down the stretch in the fourth quarter, being at home, having that crowd to back us, that's what gives us that extra push. It's easy to do for your team, easy to do for the community here. They fuel us a lot.
Awesome. Go ahead, Kyle.
Well, and it seemed like they kind of rose to the occasion too. It seems like they sort of hit that fever pitch right with 2.5 left. I know you guys have talked about it, but it seems like that's an extra level of what has been here. Is that kind of cool to see them kind of growing and learning, hey, they need us, we need to be there with them? For anyways, I'll start directing these.
Yeah, I guess it is. I feel like they do see that we do feed off of them a lot, and I think that's a great aspect of our team is we just feed off of the crowd's energy, even if we're not home. We just love when people come out, and even if they're heckling us or it's our own fans, just supporting us, it's something we feed off of.
But you talked a lot last night about how this was going to be a really different game, and how did that kind of bear itself out? And did you have to adjust to what they were doing, or sort of figure out how they were attacking you?
Yeah, I mean, they're a well-coached team. They play very physical basketball. They're athletic. They can score in a variety of ways, and I think that just made our defense we had to rotate well tonight. We had to be able to hold our own closeouts. We needed to rebound. That was a big focus. We had to stop them in transition. I think a big key for us was that we were able to get some more stops, which allowed us to kind of have a little bit more transition flow as opposed to going against their press. So the more stops we got, our defense locked in on the third quarter. We gave up 9 points in that quarter, and that was a big shift. So I think that helped our offense, fuel our offense in that quarter too.
you had to play a lot of that with Morgan on the bench. What did you think of the way that Cassidy stepped in and sort of filled that role for you all?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. We're a deep team. We have a lot of talent on our bench. I think they were playing for another school. They'd probably be starting and, playing half the game. And, they came here to try to win a championship. And so every role is really important. We have a lot of depth on the bench. And, I thought Cass did a good job both, defending their big, which was, really key in those moments. And then she had a couple good takes too. So, I mean, those are like the momentum swinging plays, and when your bench can help you with that, it's such a lift,
Morgan, what was your approach to start the second half after a stay down? Because it seemed like both the team was giving you the ball and you wanted to be really aggressive.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to make up for what the fouls I got in the first half, because I know that was a big aspect for me not to get, and of course I ended up with two. But I think just making up and letting them know that, like, even though I did mess up, I will make up for this for our team. Like, we know the goal, and I came out to play for them.
Lynn, how did you gauge how long to leave her on the bench before the quarter? It seemed like that was probably what this was going to turn on, is when you get her back in, and can she stay in?
Well, it's just how many possessions, are sort of left in the quarter, and what's the score, and, also like where's the momentum, and so, I mean, we kept her out until I think it was about 6:30 left, and, the game we were down. We were down at that point. We needed to make a move, running out of possessions to be able to, like, kind of crawl back into it. So she did a great job, actually, like, playing very smart. This is once you have your fourth and you go back in, obviously the other coach knows that and is trying to, draw that fifth. So I think Morgan did a great job defending, and then she went to work on the offensive end, had some massive plays down the stretch. It was a big lift for our team.
Jessie, you seem to really start to sort of attack the paint there. Did you sense that, like, hey, we need somebody to kind of take a hold of this and attack, or was it something in the defense that you wanted to exploit?
Yeah, I think I noticed in the third quarter, I had one drive baseline where I could have gone up with it, heard the bench say something to me. I think, being in the point guard position, I kind of looked to distribute the ball more, but I also have to read what the defense was giving me. Also, I'm a driver, so I was just driving inside and looking to get my shots up. If they weren't collapsing, they were staying out to our shooters. So I think really it was kind of hearing the team have my back, kind of having that confidence in myself to take those shots down the stretch.
Morgan, you mentioned kind of making it up, that last and one to go in. What is in your head on the free throw line there? Like, how do you sort of keep everything composed?
Well, especially because I missed the two before that, and this was to basically win the game. I kind of just listened to the white noise of the crowd and just forgot about everything else. And actually, before I went up to the line, I looked at the basket and I just kind of went, "It's going in," and it did. So.
Well, KP, I think you had a steal there. Like, did you like see something in particular, or like is that just jumping on it? Like, walk me through that one.
I think this year I've been playing a lot more perimeter defense, and I've had a lot more opportunities to be guarding either fully guard players or guard-esque post players. So we've been really repping that in practice, and I've been trying to kind of jump the lane and use my length and size. So yeah, just kind of repping that, but I just stuck my hand out there and, luckily stole the ball.
And I guess this could be for you. Like, what does this mean to pull this off, given the place you were in? Like, what was that like when, alley miss, but whatever it was, when the clock hit zeros and you guys realized what had happened? Like, what was that like for anybody, I guess? Sorry.
I think, I said the first thing when we got in the locker room is we don't always know how to win, but we sure know how to not lose. And I think, we this whole entire season have found different ways to not lose games. I mean, we've only lost one, but, we're a unique group and we battle for each other and we battle for the community. So to pull it out, I think, it says a lot about we fight every single game no matter what. So.
And yeah.
Yeah, I think also having such a close game, it was back and forth, or we were down the entire time, pretty much until the last 2 minutes or so. You know, I think that's a big reality check. You know, you're a senior, I'm on my 5th year, so you know, you're entering the NCAA tournament. Nothing's really guaranteed besides that next game you have coming up. So I think this was definitely a lot more motivation for me personally and the rest of the team to just keep pushing through and make sure that we're soaking in every little moment that we have left.
Well, I think in that point, Morgan, I think I heard you say on the bench, I don't know what else, like my career is not ending like this.
Yeah.
Basically, like, was that just faith in the team that they could accomplish that? Was that like a declaration? Like, where did that come from?
It was actually a form of both. I had so much faith that we could do it. Like on the bench, I knew there was nothing I could do, but I knew there was something my teammates can do. And we all had the same goal, is to end up in Dallas. And I knew they would fight just as hard as I would. And then, yeah, I didn't want to go out like this. So, and I kept saying to them throughout the whole game, we're not going home. We're not going home. So.
And you went home, but.
Yeah, but like, I'm not going back and never
No,
coming
I-
back.
not ending.
No, I'm just messing with you. Okay, I think that's all I had. So, they're here. I figured you're happy to let them go.
Yeah, it's so great to hear what they have to say.
I'm good. Congrats, you guys.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Kyle.
All right.